Well, hello everyone. I'm Pastor Jim Galbraith from First Baptist Church in Prince Albert, and this is our second set of Fireside Moments with Pastor Jim. Today, I'm going to start a 5-part series on how to face crisis based on the adventures of Nehemiah in the Old Testament. I figure with the current condition of the country, locked in the struggle with the COVID-19 pandemic, that some thoughts on how to handle crisis would be more useful at the moment than another week of Bible verse or baloney. Not that that's not coming back. It is. But for now, we're going to focus on things a bit more serious. Okay then, let me quickly explain who Nehemiah was and why it matters. He was a powerful Jewish man in the ancient Persian government, with full access to the king and playing very important political roles. He hears from his brother that the Jewish capital, Jerusalem, is sitting as a pile of rubble. Namely, its former walls, which used to protect the city, are now piles of rock and burnt wood, littering the streets. Now that doesn't mean much to us. We have to understand how important Jerusalem is to the Jewish people. It is their spiritual center. The temple sat there, where God himself was believed to interact with his people. For it to be a disgraceful ruin would tear at the heart of every serious Jew, including Nehemiah. So his crisis, the ruin of Jerusalem's wall, would be much like a major crisis we face today. It would be like divorcing our spouse or facing the loss of a loved one, finding out we have cancer, or being plunged in the middle of a pandemic that is beyond our control. So, how does he face crisis when it rears its ugly head? He gets off to a good start by praying. From Nehemiah chapter 1, "When I heard these things, I sat down and wept. For some days I mourned and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven. Then I said, Lord, the God of heaven, the great and awesome God who keeps his covenant of love with those who love him and keep his commandments, let your ear be attentive and your eyes open to hear the prayer your servant is praying before you day and night, for your servants, the people of Israel." He expresses the emotions that you and I feel when a crisis comes upon us. We have to take our emotions seriously when crisis comes and not ignore them. He remembers the hugeness of the God that he's speaking to, and remembers that God is a faithful God, keeping his promises. And he focuses his prayer on the needs of his people, just like we pray when we're praying for healing and care and help for our loved ones. Now, prayer isn't all he does, as we'll see in the days ahead, but it's where he starts. And I believe he shows us how to get off to a good start when facing crisis. When facing a crisis, start praying. Don't worry about the words. God understands what we're saying way more than we even do. Don't worry about the surroundings. I've prayed in my house, my comfy chair. I've prayed underwater, in the hospital, in my car, eyes open, of course. Do remember who you're praying to, the great and awesome God of heaven, and speak to him accordingly. He's not the big guy in the sky or the master of disaster or the force. He is, as Jesus reminds us, our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. After you pray, well, I guess you'll have to tune in tomorrow to see what we do after we pray. That said, when crisis hits, praying is what we call getting off to a good start. As we face the COVID-19 crisis together, may God bless and keep you healthy and safe. Have a great day, wash your hands, stay healthy, and God bless you.